Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Abby and today's video is going to be full of cleaning, organization, and decluttering. I have made a marathon 2-hour marathon video of my last few videos on my spring cleaning series. So you can watch one long video to get you motivated to do some spring cleaning, some organizing, and decluttering around your house. If you're organizing and cleaning with me, please let me know in the comments, or if it's just something that you want to watch to be entertained, that's great too. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on my video today. If you enjoy videos like this with cleaning, organizing, and decluttering, please give me a subscribe and a like, and I post new videos weekly. So if you like that kind of content, please stick around. We'd love to have you. And without further ado, let's get into today's cleaning, and I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Keeping It Cleaner. My name is Abby and this is going to be part 1 of my deep cleaning, spring cleaning series. Today we're going to focus on my living room and dining room area as well as my son's room. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to my videos. I really appreciate it. So today we are starting off in the living room with our toy rotation. So this is the first time I'm actually doing this. It's something I've been wanting to do. I just felt like there was too many toys in this little area. My son is only a year old, so he really only plays with a few at a time. And this is in no way trying to brag about the toys that he has. We are extremely blessed that he was gifted most of these. I would say about 95% of these were gifted or donated to us from other family members that had kids, or they were thrifted. So like I said, we were super blessed, but we just needed to find a better solution for all these toys because he only uses a few at a time, and I feel like it was way overwhelming for him. So what I'm doing here is I already had these bins. I got these bins from Target, and they were a set of 5 for $7, I believe. I'll have to try to remember to link them down below, but I really like these. I like that they are just like the perfect size. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting like toys in these boxes together, and you can see that these shelves are pretty dusty after I took all of those out. But yeah, in the bins I'm just putting like toys together, and then we will separate out the toys that we want to keep out, and then the rest I will just put in the closet for the rotation.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my...
So here I'm just showing you all the toys that were taken out. And then this is his room. We're going to also do his room in this video. Just showing you the toys that we have in here. We're going to move some around and then put some away. So here's something I already had in storage, so I'm going to be taking that out to make room. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick out the toys that I want to be out here in the living room, and then we will store away the rest that we don't need right now. Here's some bins that I'd found I just had laying around, so we're going to utilize these out here on the shelf.
What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive.
So once I figure out what toys I want to keep out in the living room, I'm just going to be putting these bins back in his closet. So you'll see here I already put the barn up there, so I had cleared out a space for these bins and they fit really nice in this area, and I like that they're clear also, so I know exactly what's in there. And then on the side of his dresser I have this cube organizer, this hanging cube organizer that I got from Target. I believe it's the Bright Room brand. I'll have to check and maybe link it down below, but I had one organizer space in there that I was able to utilize. And then here I'm just using those 3 bins, and these are the toys that I've decided to keep out here in the living room. He really likes these books, so I'd like to keep a few books out here as well. And then you're gonna see me put some of the random odds and ends type toys in this bin, but then I decided to put his the Fisher-Price Little People in this bin on the bottom, so he can easily reach in and grab what he wants, and he doesn't have to take the bin out and it doesn't spill all over the floor. So you'll see me make that decision here, and it's been working really, really nice. So I know I wanted the Little People on the bottom just because they're heavier, and then the books, and then I'm going to put just this little tray of just like random odds and ends, and then this little ball game and blocks on the second shelf, so those aren't as heavy for him to pull down. And then I have this little stacking toy I got from Target. Thought it was so cute up here, so that he can grab it off the top if he wants it. And then on the side here I just have this activity cube. It didn't really fit under there like I wanted it to, so I just turned it inside out. So just a few toys here that he could grab as well. And then all of his cars I put in a bin, and he's really into cars right now, so I did keep a few of those out. And then this truck, it fits really nicely on this top shelf. Once again, these are pretty light, so he can pull them down pretty easily. So this is the last thing I put in here is this little vacuum. He loves it. And then I'm going to move this foam mat. We've had this sitting here for about a month or so, and I haven't cleaned underneath it, and you can see there's a couple ladybugs that are no longer with us, so those had to be vacuumed up, and this carpet needed to be vacuumed up, and there's a ripple in the carpet, but I tried to pull it and it must be something with under the couch. I'll need to have my husband fix it. But I will say, if you ever vacuum up ladybugs, make sure you clean out your vacuum, or at least empty the canister as soon as you're done, because they leave a horrible smell. Just FYI. Known from experience. Probably shouldn't do that, but sometimes it's easiest. So I'm going to be putting the mat back, and then I'm going to add this little car wash from his bedroom, and then this will be the finished product. It is so much nicer. He's playing so much better over in this corner, and it's so much easier to clean up. So now we're going to be moving on to his room. You'll see that little toy is still in his room, because this was before the last clip, but I just wanted to make it nicer in here for him. Since this is part of my deep cleaning, spring cleaning series, I also want to work on his room as well. So kind of consolidating some of the toys and making it less overwhelming in here. So I'm just cleaning them up a little bit, dusting them off, and then I'm moving that big construction set, which I think I may be moving to our basement. It's just, it was gifted to us and we like it, but I think it's just too big for him right now. So we'll probably end up putting that in storage, but for right now it's in his room. And I'm just going through, he had a thermometer in one of these bins. There was a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm just putting some little toys that he plays with in here, and just kind of keeping them together. I would say it's like a Montessori inspired room, because he has a floor bed and we do have this toy shelf out for him, but it's not entirely Montessori. So the top of this little shelf, he cannot reach up here. So I have a bin of stuff like, we have diapers in here, diaper genie refills, a balloon from his birthday party. I just throw stuff in here. It's horrible. But I have stuff in here that he can't reach. And I just really needed to declutter the top of this and get this all nice and clean.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers.
Now we are moving into the living room. So part of my spring cleaning tasks was to carpet clean this carpet. So it needed it so bad. I did it about a month ago, and honestly I should do it every other week or every week. With a dog and a toddler, I just feel like it needed it so bad. The water at the end was absolutely disgusting. I think what I'm going to do is come out with a cleaning schedule, just so I can keep up with things like this. It's definitely more difficult when you have a toddler running around just to keep track of stuff. So I think a cleaning schedule would really help. So this is the Hoover Power Dash Power Spin. I got it from Walmart, I would say about a year ago. It's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive. It's kind of like the middle of the road type carpet cleaner. I don't know if I would recommend it if you had a bunch of carpets. Like if your whole house was carpeted, I would definitely go with something bigger. But for area rugs like this, it does a great job. I had a Bissell, I don't know what it was called, but it was like the cheapest carpet cleaner that Walmart had or Target had at the time. I think it was like $100, and it was a Bissell brand. It only lasted me about a year and a half, and I wasn't a huge fan. It had a filter at the top of it, and it would like bubble out. I would have suds like shooting everywhere. I don't know if it was because of maybe lack of maintenance, but I made sure I cleaned it out every time I used it, so I'm not sure. But this one, it is super easy to clean. I would clean it at least every other time that you use it, and definitely empty out the dirty water. That's just every time you use it, that's what I would do. So like I mentioned earlier, this is part of my spring cleaning series. I'm going to try to do at least 2 rooms for each video. So today I did the living room and dining room area. For spring cleaning, I just try to get to the places that I normally don't get to. I try to organize some things, declutter some things, and it's to help maybe ease some of my anxiety moving into like the spring and summer, with decluttering and doing like tasks like this, like doing a deep clean of the carpets, just so I know that, going into the summer, it's a little bit easier to maintain it once you deep clean it. So that's why I wanted to kind of do this series. You can see all the tufts of hair coming out of the carpet cleaner. Now, I do vacuum before I use the carpet cleaner. I just forgot to record that part, but it was thoroughly vacuumed beforehand. I usually like to do that every time. It just saves with the hair getting caught in the cleaner itself. And then here we had a little spot. I think it was either a banana or something was in the carpet. So I'm using just the upholstery cleaner attachment, and it was able to get that right up. So now my least favorite part, but I guess the most satisfying. I think it's so gross. You can see the hair in it and just, oh my gosh, absolutely disgusting looking. So as you can see, the carpet definitely needs cleaned way more often than it already is. So hopefully with the cleaning schedule, I can stay on top of this task. And here's the dog hair. So gross. And now we're moving into cleaning the windows and the windowsills. So this needed it so bad. This is in our dining room. We have a sliding back door, and the dirt just collects under that screen. So what I usually do with this is I'll use just the window cleaner on the bottom. Now, if it's really bad, I do have a steam cleaner, and I think next time, I think that's what I'll do. Our kitchen window is pretty bad, so I might use the steam cleaner on that. But yeah, I'm just going around with the glass cleaner and cleaning out the windowsills. Now, this is something I generally don't get to very often. This is a once in a month, maybe every other month type of chore. So it's definitely part of my spring cleaning checklist, just because I don't get to it very often.
I'll be yours if you let me hold you tight. But I don't know if you let me in, yeah. I know you had your heart broken one too many times, and now it's hard for you to open up. They have been cruel to you, saying things they don't mean. They have been rude to you, disrespect how you feel. But baby, I'll never go that far. 'Cause I know better than that. So baby, let me hold you. I wanna show you how to treat you right. Pull you.
Air vent is absolutely disgusting. So holding the camera to this was pretty challenging, because I had the camera in one hand and the vacuum in the other. So the story behind this, it is at the top of our ceiling, and we have 9-foot ceilings, so I don't see it very often. I forget about it, and it's pretty hard to clean, to be honest. So I definitely need to get to these more, but it's definitely a spring cleaning project. So now we're moving into the hutch, into my dining room. I just need to kind of straighten it up a little bit, declutter it a little bit. I keep all of my cookbooks under here, and just some random like knickknacks and decor that I don't use all the time. So I'm only able to kind of declutter one half of this today, but I'm just wiping it out real quick. It's a really old hutch, so it does have some, scrapes on it, but it's what we like. So what we're gonna do now is just put these wax melts. So these ones are from the Magic Candle Company. I do have an affiliate code if anyone's interested. I do get a little bit of a portion of it if you order from it, but it is 15% off. I'll link that in the description. But I do love them. If you're a big fan of like the Disney parks, their scents are, I guess, inspired by the rides and parks, but they smell just like it, and I love it. But anyways, this is what I was able to declutter, just a few candles and a couple of things. But I wanted to show you this. These are covers, and I don't know if anybody's seen these before, but they're covers for a square tissue box. And these were made by my grandmother. She recently passed away this last November from cancer, and I just wanted to show her work on here. These are gorgeous. She was a very talented seamstress, and she had made these for me a few years ago. But I just thought they're the cutest things. I have one for every holiday, and they just remind me of her. So I had to include that in this video. Anyways, so I'm just putting some of these things back, and here you're able to see I was just able to straighten up a little bit. It just makes me feel better about it. And then that is all for today, but this is a sneak peek for next week's video. We're going to be doing cleaning the walls, which need it so bad, and we're going to be doing the kitchen and our main bathroom. So I appreciate you guys clicking on this video today. I can't wait to see you guys next week, and leave me a comment if you made it to the end here. What is your favorite thing about springtime? Mine is just seeing all the flowers come out and just the wonderful smells, but you know, they also give me the allergies too. But so yeah, what is your favorite thing about spring? And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys sticking it out to the end here with me and getting a sneak peek of what's to come in our part 2 of our spring cleaning and decluttering and deep cleaning series. Once again, thank you so much for being part of my video and watching it today and being a part of this community. I really appreciate it. If you would subscribe, it really helps out my channel. Give this video a like if you liked it, and comment, like I said, what's your favorite part of spring. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye guys. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Abby and this is Keeping It Cleaner, and today we are going to focus on the decluttering and organizing of my kitchen and main bathroom. So this is part 2 of my spring cleaning series. So in the first part from last week, if you watched that video, if not, I'll link it down below, but it was for my living room and dining room area. We did some toy rotation. So this week I am focusing on the kitchen and my main bathroom. So we're going to start out here first by just, tidying up some of the dishes, getting some of those done, and then getting the countertops cleared off, just so we have some space to put items that we are decluttering or we're organizing. And I'm gonna start off cleaning out the cupboard that keeps like my son's plates and bowls and silverware and things like that, because it's just been driving me nuts. So we're gonna start there, and then we'll move on to we're gonna work on under the sink, as well as I have like utensil drawer that's just way too cluttered and I just have way too much stuff in there. So we're gonna get those tackled today. So you will notice in this video a few outfit changes. This video took me about 3 or 4 days to complete. I do have a toddler, and I am currently starting to work part-time from home, so it does take me a few days to get some of this done, and it might not look like a lot, but when you have a little guy running around and just getting into everything, it makes things a little bit more difficult. So you will notice some outfit changes. That's just real life around here. It takes a few days to get some of these tasks done, and it is what it is. So starting off with my least favorite chore of all, I don't like doing the dishes. I don't mind taking the dishes out of the dishwasher. It's hand washing dishes and loading the dishwasher. There's just something about it. It has never been my favorite chore, although my husband doesn't mind doing it. So we work really well together in that way. He will actually do the majority of the dishes most of the time, but during the recording of this, he was actually out of town, so I had to do the dishes this week, the majority of them, I should say. and it is my least favorite task. I don't like it. There's just something about it, but we're getting it done. It is what it is. That's life. So actually later on in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how I got started on kind of like an organization decluttering journey. And that's kind of the reason why I've been trying to get back into making videos, is to kind of share that with everyone. But later on in this video, I'm going to explain kind of the process that I went about, decluttering and organizing my home. Now, obviously it's not done, and I don't think it'll ever be done, but over a year ago, I kind of started the whole process. So I'll be kind of going into that in detail, and like kind of the tips and tricks that I learned along the way, and just kind of explaining how I went about doing it. So here's the cabinet I was talking about. The bottom part here is where we keep all of my son's snacks and plates and bowls and things. So really what I wanted to do is just make this, I guess, more spacious and a little bit easier to put stuff away. So I found this like shelf organizer from TJ Maxx, and I'll show it here in a second. A shelf rack, I guess that's what it's called. So it had helped a lot just by giving me some more vertical space by adding that extra little shelf there. And really what I'm doing is just trying to make it easier to put away his items. So I was really nervous this wasn't going to fit, because clearly I didn't measure it before I bought it, but it ended up fitting pretty well. And then I'm just using these little bins that I got from Target. And actually I end up putting the plates in where we keep our plates. It just worked better, and it gave me a little bit more space in the end. But I have his little cups, and I'll put those on the bottom here. And then he does have just a few snacks that are just his that I'll put in here as well, just to kind of keep it all together. Treat you right, pull you closer through the highs and lows. Yeah, I wanna show you how to treat you right. Let me show you what love is and why it's beautiful. Just put your body on top of mine, yeah. I won't treat you the same way as other girls who have no shame. No, I die for you. They have been cruel to you, saying things they don't mean. They've been rude to you, disrespect how you feel, but baby, I'll never go. So moving on to the corner of my countertop here. So this is where we kept my son's little drying rack for his bottles and binkies and things. We don't need this anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in the dishwasher, because his dishwasher is safe, and then I will store it away. And then I'll be able to use more space on my countertop. So exciting. But it did work really well over here, and that's why I had it here. But I also have this little like caddy for sponges and soap that I will also be using on our sink, because it's a little bit nicer than the one we have. But it felt really good getting this area cleaned out, and just having more space on your countertops is like #1 priority. I love having that extra space, and it just makes the kitchen look better. So you'll see me using this cleaner here. It's a kitchen degreaser cleaner, and it is from Jaws. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but this is one of my favorite cleaners, I guess you could say. I do use a lot of the Jaws products. I think it stands for Just Add Water Systems or something like that, but you literally just add water to a a plastic bottle, and then you add their little canisters, and it just makes it so much more, you know, eco-friendly and just a lot more inexpensive to buy the refills than it is to buy a whole new cleaning bottle. So that's what I use. I use a multi-purpose spray, a glass cleaner, bathroom cleaner, and the kitchen degreaser, and it works really well. And then here, the kitchen sink. I love a clean kitchen sink, but I swear this sink never looks clean. I use Barkeeper's Friend on it every once in a while. I need to use it a lot more because it just looks so dull all the time. So I'm just using a little bit of Mrs. Meyer's dish soap and this brush. I only use this brush for the sink. I don't use it on any dishes, just because I feel like it's more sanitary that way. And I do like the way this brush cleans the sink. So this is a little tray that we keep our sponges on. As you can see, it's disgusting. I forget that it's honestly under there, but it catches all the runoff water from our sponges and our soap dispenser. And yeah, as you can see, I need to clean it way more often, but I'll be replacing it with this other one here in a second. But actually, since the recording of this video, I decided to stop using sponges for a little while and start using like a scrub brush. I use the Scrub Mommy and Daddy sponges, and that's the other sponge I have sitting on the right side of the sink there too, is a Scrub Daddy sponge. I do really like those. They work really well. I prefer the Scrub Mommy because it has best of both, but I'm gonna stop using them on my dishes just because I felt like they were just kind of getting gross. I know you can put them in the dishwasher, at least I've heard. I've tried that before. I feel like after a little while, they just kind of got grimy real quick when it comes to dishes, but I do like to use them around the house on other things, especially like my stovetop. I will use the Scrub Mommy on the stovetop, and it does really well. But I'm going to see how a scrub brush works. I don't use the scrub brush that you see on the right. I think I already mentioned that on dishes, but something similar to that for just dishes. And now I'm just going to refill my jaws real quick. Like I said earlier, this is what I do when I have to refill them. It's really easy. But anyways, we are going to move under the kitchen sink here. I had it organized at one point, but it was probably about a year ago, and now it's just back to being very cluttered. Now, you'll see that I showed that clear bin. I had good intentions for that bin, although it was a kind of a just spontaneous buy. It was on sale at Target for like $12, which it's not too bad, but it's a pretty big container, and I knew it would fit under here. I just didn't realize that we do have a bow in the floor there. It's been like that since we moved in. We need to redo it, but I didn't realize that it would kind of wobble, and the opening was just a little too narrow to open up both of the drawers. So I ended up not using it. So you'll see me be very disappointed that I couldn't use it because it's really cool. I'll use it somewhere else, but it just didn't fit here. So you'll see my frustration here in a second when I realize that it's not gonna fit, but that's okay. We will definitely be able to use this someplace else. So as I'm starting to go through all of this and declutter it and kind of organize it better, I wanted to kind of share my sort of organization decluttering journey and kind of what I do to get started and how I've gone through and kind of worked on my house and try to get it into a more organized space. So about a year ago, I was on maternity leave and I really wanted to get my house in the most, I guess, optimal spaces that it could be, if that makes sense. So I would take maybe a half hour a day while my little one was napping and just go through room by room and see what I could get rid of in that half hour. So when I start decluttering a space, what I like to ask myself is, what can I do in this space to make it the most streamlined or the most optimal it can be? So something that I love to do and my husband loves to do as well is organize and just try to keep things, try to get it in the most streamlined that it can be. So what I mean by that is, like, I'll look at a space and say, okay, how do I use this space and what can I do to make this space as user-friendly as possible? So for an example, this, under the sink. So I have a lot of cleaners. I use them all. But I have a lot of cleaners that need to go in this area. But how could I make this area more user-friendly? So what I'm going to do is I separate it out into bins. And so in one bin I have sponges. My other bin I have, disinfectant wipes. In this little jar I have my dishwasher pads or pods. And I stick those out front. They're easy for me to grab. They're right where I need them to be. And I don't have to go searching for them. I'm going to put them right out front. And I use the areas out front for my most used items. So you'll see here I have my disinfectant, my kitchen degreaser, and I'll put another spray out here as well, because that is the most streamlined that I could make it in this instance. So whatever would make my life easier when I'm going into this cupboard. Now on to my little side kitchen area, this little cupboard I have over here. I was looking at it, okay, I'm like, what's not working for me? What would make this space better and what would make it more user-friendly for my family? So I'm taking all this stuff out, I'm cleaning it out, but I'm like, okay, I have a box of trash bags, another box of trash bags, and a bin of Ziploc bags. I can use this bin for our trash bags, or I could make sure all of the mugs are in the same place so I can grab them easier. So that's just kind of my process that I go through when I'm starting to declutter a space. So like I said, a year ago I started to I started in my messiest areas, and I've heard different opinions on this. Some say start in a small area so it's not as overwhelming, like a closet. But I started in my messiest area, which is our office area, which I'll be showing in a couple videos from now. It just has a hodgepodge of things. It has my husband and I's desk in there. There's two dressers, my clothes are in there. It's a bunch of different things that made just so much clutter. So I started in there, and I took my half hour and I decluttered my closet in there, and then I decluttered my dresser, and then I moved on to my paper clutter. And so I just kept doing that until I felt like the room was, I was satisfied with the room, and then I moved on to another room. I only focused on one area at a time in that particular space, and that helped so much. So as I chipped at it little by little and eventually moved on to other rooms, I found that when I walked into the spaces that were already decluttered or organized, that I just felt so much better, and it helped with that, postpartum kind of journey that I was on at the time and still on. But it just helped with, my day and just making me feel less anxious, and it improved my life overall by being able to organize my spaces. Now, I'm not saying that you know, I was able to do it in a week. It definitely took some time, and I'm still on that journey, and it's been over a year now. So it's definitely not an easy process. Things get worse before they get better with decluttering. I think especially when you say you're working in a closet and you're taking out items, things could get messy quick. But that's why I take small spaces in the rooms and work on those first. So that is just kind of how I've started on my journey. I'm still decluttering, obviously. This is much better than it has been in the past, and this is a lot less cluttered than it's been. But there's always room for improvement, and something that I always like to say is, how can I make this space better? How can I make it more optimal for my family? And how can I make this space look better? So moving on to this drawer. This is where I keep most of my utensils, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I had like an old silverware organizer in here. It just wasn't working. So I'm going to be using these little gray organizers that I found at Target. They were like a 2 or 3 pack for like $2, I think. I'll have to try to remember to link them below. But I really like them. They're flexible. They are the perfect height, and they just worked really well in the store. And you can get different sizes, but these are the 3 that I had, and they worked really, really well. So the way I'm looking at this is like, okay, what are the most used utensils that I have? And I put those out towards the front, and you'll see me kind of move the stuff around a little bit just to try to make it more usable, I guess. But I put the stuff that I use least towards the back, and then like my can opener, my scissors, and my cheese grater, I kept those out front, and I think it looks pretty good after it's done. Now obviously I maybe could have decluttered some more things, but like I said, it's a decluttering journey, and it is, I feel, never really complete, but you will find ways over time to like make it as decluttered as possible without, like, I'm not saying I'm a minimalist, but like you can keep it as minimal as possible without getting rid of everything. Something else that I like to do is I give myself 6 months with an item. You could take as little or as long as you want to make the decision, but if in 6 months I have not used it, I will get rid of it. If it doesn't bring me joy, or if I can't use it in 6 months, I declutter it. So moving on to my main bathroom, we're going to start under the sink here. It really wasn't that bad. I used these bins to kind of consolidate some items, but I did get rid of some things that were either expired or just we weren't using anymore, and I just used these bins again. Now I tried to use, because I thought, oh, I'll be able to use the clear organizer that I got from Target under here. It was the perfect size, except it hit the pipes in the back there. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I can use it under here, it'd be perfect. It was too big. So it was hitting the pipes, so I couldn't use it. But like I said, I think I can use it in like my hall closet. So I'm almost 100% sure I can use it there. So I'll have to use it in that one. But moral of the story is, just before you buy anything, take the measurements. But it is what it is. I'll use it someplace else. But so I'm just putting the stuff back into these little bins and putting it under there, and it works pretty well. So I'm just cleaning off the top of the sink here with a disinfectant wipe, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting like this little Q-tip holder and like this this toothbrush holder was really disgusting. It does come apart nicely so you can clean it. I cleaned it about a month ago, and this is how bad it's been, how bad it's gotten. It's just like toothpaste runoff, and it's disgusting. But anyways, I'm taking a disinfectant wipe to this to get it all nice and clean.
I didn't see it, I never knew. Turn to the stars for clues. I called the moon. Then in my wildest dreams, there was a wave, growing bigger. Now I call you force and
So you'll see here in a minute, I have this like acrylic little like Lazy Susan type deal I got from TJ Maxx a few days ago. And so when I saw this space, we had so much like little tubes of like moisturizer and just lotions that we were using on a daily, and just stuff that we were using on a daily that just was cluttering up this area. But it still needed to be there because we really don't have a lot of vanity space. And I'm like, how can I make this space more optimal, more streamlined? So I'm like, oh, I'll get a Lazy Susan. But I wanted something that looked nice, but also served a really good purpose. So I found this one, and I'm like, this will work great. Once again, I didn't measure, but you'll see I'm able to fit it here, and it works just fine. But I put everything that we use on a daily basis in this area, and I put the lotions on here, different prescription things we need, and it works so well. We've been using it for about a week now, and I asked my husband, like, as soon as I put it there, I'm like, what do you think? He's like, it's great. I can just turn it. I don't have to take things out of it necessarily to use it. And yes, it might not look the greatest, but I still think it looks pretty great. And when company's over, I can always switch it out for, we have another little basket that has like guest stuff in it. So, but I really, really like it there, and I think it looks amazing for the little space that we have. And then under the sink here on these two drawers, I just wanted to go through and like get rid of anything that was expired or that we weren't using. And I'm just separating stuff out. So one little basket is going to be all like dental things, and another little basket is going to be some miscellaneous, some cotton rounds, things like that. Just wanted to make sure that I had everything in pairs, like in groups together, so it was easier to find. But just making it more organized, and it looks so much nicer.
You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin for me. I want you to spin. me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin?
So I have this little shelf off of the side of the shower here, and that's where I keep just kind of like our overflow of stuff. I got these little baskets from TJ Maxx, and so I put my hair dryer in the one on the bottom. I have my little like guest area, little guest basket here with just some soaps and a couple washcloths, and then I have another basket here for like overflow of toilet paper and things like that. I think it turned out pretty nice. It works really well here. I think I got it for like $5 at like a thrift store somewhere, but we just need more space, and eventually we'll be redoing this bathroom, so that will definitely help with the extra storage. But for right now, I'm just using whatever works, and that's what works. So just doing another one of my super favorite chores. I hate doing this, but you gotta do it, and I need to do it a little bit more often. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a cleaning schedule, hopefully within the next couple of videos, because I need to stay on top of some things, and it's hard when you're like, okay, I have 15 minutes, what am I gonna clean? You know, if my son goes down to take a nap, or you know, he's playing by himself, like, okay, what do I need to clean? If I had a cleaning schedule, I could just be like, okay, well, today is the bathrooms, or today is the toilets. So definitely need to come up with one of those. All right, so we're almost to the end of this video. If you had made it this far, if you could leave me a blue heart emoji in the comments, that would be so greatly appreciated. I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me and cleaning and organizing along with me. And I just really appreciate you clicking on my video today. I hope if you really enjoyed this video, if you give it a like, you can subscribe and join my little community that I have growing here. And thank you again for watching. See you next week. So I just wanted to give a quick overview of the cabinet. So like I said, I moved the plates and bowls over to where we have them. So I'm able to put like his pouches, his snacks, a bib, and some of his sippy cups in here, and it fits really nicely. Like I said, his bowls are here, or plates and bowls fit in this cabinet really nice. In this corner, I just ended up putting my knives there, and I think it looks much better, a lot more spacious. So yeah, looking pretty good.
I feel like I'm in a cage. The walls, they keep closing in. I need a place where I can breathe. Oh yeah. Let me swim deep, find a better way. Something to light up a spark again. So lift me up to a higher state. Oh yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Keeping It Cleaner. This is Abby, and today we are going to be working on my bedroom and hall closet. This is part 3 of my spring cleaning series, and I'm going to link the last 2 that we did down below, which was my kitchen and living room and dining room area. So today we're going to focus on my bedroom first. So right now I'm just tidying up the floor, just getting everything moved out of the way so that I can focus on the deep cleaning part. There wasn't too much in here, but just some toys and just a little bit of stuff that was on the floor. So we're gonna start from top to bottom, because for me that's the best way to do it. I'm gonna be dusting my ceiling fan, and you're gonna see it's pretty disgusting, but we have a dog that sleeps on the floor in our bedroom, and that tends to create a lot of dust. So you'll see here I'm dusting off the fan, and it's been worse, I will say, but you're gonna see a lot of the dust fall, so the Swiffer's not able to catch all of it, so it's going to be falling from the light there, and it's going to be falling onto the bed. Now you can do a few things. You can stick a sheet or something down on your bed to protect it, but since I'm doing a deep cleaning in here, I'm going to go ahead and do this first because I'm going to be ending up washing the sheets anyways. Now you're not going to see that in this video because I did that off camera, but I did wash the sheets after this, and this was absolutely disgusting. I have not cleaned up here in months, but I'm starting from top to bottom so that the dirt that falls, I can take care of that later. And then we're going to work on the headboard, and these the furniture that's in our room was given to us. These were hand-me-downs from family members, which we love. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but it is a dark color wood and it shows dust like crazy, and you're gonna see here on my nightstand that you could just see the dust. Plus we have dark colored, we have a black lamp, and it shows up so much. So we're gonna be cleaning the surfaces off first, so then all that dust is gonna fall onto the floor, and then I'm able to sweep that up at the end. So that's one of my tips, is just start from top to bottom. If you're gonna be deep cleaning or just cleaning a room in general, if you have a ceiling fan, start with that and then just work your way down. So yeah, I'm going to do the baseboard, or I'm going to be doing the nightstand here and the lamp. And this is something I usually don't think of, is dusting off this light bulb in here. It was pretty bad. So here I'm moving over to my husband's nightstand, and this is where the dog sleeps. So this was pretty dusty over in this area. Another area I'm going to be focusing on in here is the windowsill. It must be the direction that the wind blows, but this back windowsill was so dirty. It had been probably 6 months since I cleaned this part of the window, so it definitely needed it. You could see all the dust and dirt in there. I'm just taking a dry duster and dusting it off first, because if I spray any kind of cleaner on this right now, it's just going to make it all muddy and gross. So I'm going to go in with a dry duster first, and then spray. I'm just spraying some glass cleaner in here, and that'll be able to get all that up. Typically I would take the vacuum to this as well, but on this day I just decided that the Swiffer or the dry duster was enough.
Do you like it better when you see the stars?
So this is the dog's bed. I will tell you that I just vacuumed this last week. We wash it about every 2 weeks, and it obviously probably needs it again, but on this day I just wanted to give it a good vacuum. And I will say that as I was vacuuming this, the vacuum got clogged with the amount of hair that was on this thing. So I'm gonna give it a good vacuum. It did end up looking pretty good in the end, so the next time I do a vacuum in here, I'm going to be washing that. And then this here, I got this container at Walmart. It's just a fabric container, but in this corner we keep our pillowcases so that we can easily grab them. It's something we do. We like to switch out our pillowcases fairly often. My husband and I do, and so we keep them in this corner next to our bed, and we just have been sitting them on top of this little one, and this container works much better. So now I'm going to be vacuuming in this corner. I just cleaned this carpet probably a week and a half ago. I would have done a carpet clean, but like I said, I've just done it, and I was pretty limited on time on this day, so I'm just going to give it a good thorough vacuum. Now this is sped up, but I was trying to go pretty slow. and you'll see here in a second, I'm going to be cleaning under this nightstand. I need to move these more often. It was absolutely disgusting, the amount of dust that was behind here, but it happens. Honestly, when you have a dog, or just in general, there's going to be dust, so it's totally fine. You'll see here that there's just, it's caked on to the baseboards, but it's out of sight, out of mind, honestly. And unless you're deep cleaning a room, you're just trying to get the spaces, you know, as clean as possible. It's hard to get to those spaces on a normal everyday, you know, quick clean or just everyday cleaning. It's something you just don't think of because it's out of sight, it's out of mind. It is what it is. But the amount of dog hair that's back here, it's absolutely gross. We need to probably move the bed and get back here, but it is just way too heavy for me to move by myself. So we're gonna get as much as we can. Also, if you notice my socks. So laundry on this day also needed to be done, but I did not get to that. But I'm wearing Rugrats socks that were a gift. They were like a gag gift to me. And they are, I believe his name was Spike from the Rugrats, the dog that they had on there. At the beginning part of this video, I'm wearing these. And in the second half of this video, I'm wearing Reptar. So, you know, I think it's funny, and that's just, it's real life around here. So this area here in my closet, it does get dust bunnies or just balls of fur from the dog. So I'm just giving that a quick vacuum. Not pulling out any of the drawers because I did this not too long ago when I reorganized this closet. So I just made sure I went in there and got around the baseboards and the tracking for the mirror here. And then we're going to be moving over to my side of the bed with my nightstand here in a second. And the amount of dust under that was absolutely disgusting. So we will tackle that next. So on this day, I only had about 30 minutes to complete all my tasks in this bedroom. And I will say that having a time limit sometimes will help me get motivated for the tasks that I have to complete. So setting a timer, and I've heard other YouTubers say this as well, give yourself like 30 minutes or an hour or however long you have. Set a timer, and that definitely gets me going. It definitely gets me motivated. And it's like, I want to see how much I can get done in the time that I have. So I was able to get done, you know, get a lot done in the time that I had today. And I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin.
So you'll see here, this is under my nightstand. And so I'm taking the crevice tool attachment on my vacuum first to try to get the baseboards. And it's bad. It's so dusty. It has been months since I've gotten under here. It needs it way more often than I get it. But I'm going to take a Swiffer just because I felt like that was going to trap the dirt a little bit easier. And it's kind of hard to get my vacuum under here. So I will definitely need to move this out in the future. Like, I need to move it so I can clean back there. But for today, since I'm pretty limited on time, I'm just going to take the duster, and it did it really well. And then this is the vacuum canister when I'm done. It is so gross. So like I said earlier, I did wash the sheets after I went ahead and dusted off the fan. So this is just me later putting the sheets back together and getting it all fixed up. I generally like to have my bed made in the morning, but at the season of life I'm in right now, it doesn't get done every day. Only if I, of course, wash the sheets during the day or put them on at night before bed, I'll go ahead and make the bed. But just the season of life I'm in right now, I don't get to make the bed every morning. But it is nice to definitely get that started. So this is what it looks like afterwards. I'm really happy with this little container here, and the bed looks so much nicer. The room just feels more put together, and just it's nice every once in a while to come and sleep in a clean bed, or just to go to sleep in a nice clean bed. And the bedroom, it helps so much to be relaxed in the evening. So now we are moving into my hall closet. It was organized and decluttered, I would have to say, about 6 months ago, before I started recording videos again. And I will say that helped so much, but it is a very small space, and unfortunately the door doesn't open up all the way because of the trim, and it's something we have to fix. It was like that when we moved in. But so I have a pretty small area, and you can see the dog hair definitely collects in this little area here, but I don't have much space, and this is the only linen closet we have. So I have what I have to work with what I got. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to optimize the space that I have, ask myself what works the best here, what is the most streamlined that I can make this. So what is the items that I need to grab the quickest or the most often, and I put those out front or make those a little bit easily accessible. And then the items that I don't use as often, you'll see me put in these bins at the bottom, and we will work from there. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to take everything out. So I'm just going to work on the first 3 shelves. The top shelf really didn't need any work, and the one shelf I just put towels on. So I'm taking everything out on the first 2 shelves that I have, and I'm going to declutter real quick and get this all sorted out. So here is if you watched last week's video, you'll know that I had a lot of trouble with this, but I got this container at Target. I tried to use it under my sink in my kitchen and under the sink in my bathroom, and it didn't work. But finally, it was meant to be. It works really well in here, and I was able to put my microfiber cloths in the one side, and then I have my Swiffer dusters, or just dry dusters, on the other side with a couple other cleaning supplies. And then on the top here, I'm just gonna have a little container with some odds and end cleaning supplies that I have, and some Jaws refills. And this works so well. I really love that it's clear and I can see what's in there, but the drawers keep it really nice and organized and together. Would definitely recommend. I'm so happy that I'm just really happy that it works really well here and I can finally use it. So now I'm going to be putting it on the shelf, and you'll see it fits perfectly, and I'm able to see what's in there. And then I'm going to put these the odds and ends cleaning supplies that I have, as well as an extra cedar mop. head there, and then we're going to move on to decluttering some of these towels. So I have hand towels and kitchen like hand towels here, so I'm separating it out seasonal and then the ones that we use all the time. So you'll see that I'll put like all the seasonal together and then all the regular hand towels together, and then I'm just going to get rid of some that I don't use. So what I'm doing is I'm going shelf by shelf and taking things out. I should have said that in the beginning. I took everything out per shelf, so that helps me stay on task and it's a little less overwhelming for me. So now I'm just figuring out how to rearrange everything and put it back on the shelf. This is what I'm talking about the least used items. I have them in these 2 containers on the bottom, just some light bulbs and some random odds and ends. So now I'm going to be doing the area of the closet that has all my cleaning supplies, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put all the cleaning supplies that are sort of like each other in a basket together so I can just grab the whole thing. So I have a wall cleaner in here, carpet cleaner, leather cleaner, and just if I ever need those I can just pull them out all at once, and it kind of keeps them contained in a little bit of a smaller area. Just makes it a little bit easier on the eyes, I guess. It just looks a little bit better in my opinion. So I have all those put back, and then I just put my seasonal towels up here in this little carton, and this is the final product. It might not look the prettiest, but it's the most functional for me and my family, so I'm really happy with it. So here's what we were able to declutter. I was able to get rid of some towels, and some of these other containers I'm going to be able to use in other places, so that'll be really good. And here I'm just vacuuming up the hallway just to make sure I got all the hair and random crumbs that might have came out of the closet. So I'm just going to do a quick vacuum, and then the next thing we are going to be moving on to is our walls. So as you can see, they are absolutely disgusting. So the reason they look like this is because my dog likes to rub up against the walls when she comes in from outside, or like her snout will get really itchy, so she'll tend to rub up against the walls. So this is something that I need to add to my cleaning schedule that I hope I'll have together soon, because it gets so bad so quickly, especially now in the spring. It has been raining here for the last 4 or 5 days. I think we got 5 inches of rain so far this week, and it's Wednesday. And it started raining on Sunday, so it gets so muddy so quick, especially when she goes, outside. And so this I need to add to my cleaning schedule. But what I'm using here is the Zep wall cleaner. I do have the mop, I guess you would call it, that makes it a little bit easier to clean your walls, but I'm not using it here just because I'm just washing the bottom half of the walls, and I really didn't think I needed it on this day, but that does help as well. But in the past I've used just dish soap, or like Dawn dish soap, and warm water and a microfiber cloth, and that worked well too. I found that this was a little bit easier to carry around with me. I would just have to carry a little bucket of water with me, but with a toddler this was a little bit easier, a little bit more manageable to have next to me on the floor while I was cleaning. So it worked great. It does have a really strong scent, so if you're kind of sensitive to smells, I will say it does have a strong scent, but it did work well. if you guys have made it this far in the video, if you could please leave me a comment and let me know what is your favorite candy. So we recently celebrated Easter here this past Sunday, and my favorite candy to get at Easter time was always a Reese's. Reese's is my absolute favorite. I don't know what it is about it, but it's the best. So if you can leave me a comment, what's your favorite candy to get? Is it chocolate? Is it like a Jolly Rancher? Just let me know in the comments. I'm really interested. So now that we're getting towards the end of my video, I really wanted to say I appreciate you clicking on my video today. And if you have not already, if you can give this video a like, if you really enjoyed it, and if you would like to join my little growing community here on YouTube, if you could subscribe, that would be wonderful. I appreciate all of my new subscribers that are on the channel. Thank you so very much. It helps out so much, and I really do enjoy making these videos. It is a hobby for me to clean, and it's something that really is relaxing for me, and to be able to share it with you and share different tips and tricks and the way I do things, that it's really awesome. So I really appreciate you clicking on my video today. And here's a look at the before for our bedroom, and it looks much better. I'm very happy with it. We didn't do a whole lot in here, but the deep cleaning, it just makes me feel better knowing that it's been deep cleaned. So it looks pretty good. And then this hall closet, I was glad I was able to get rid of some things. Like I said, it's not Pinterest worthy, but it's works really well for my family, and it's very functional. I'm very happy with it. So I will see you next week, guys. Thanks.
I can't believe that you came into my life.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Abby, and today we are going to be working on my office space. We're going to be cleaning, organizing, and decluttering this space. It is in desperate need of some good organization, so that's what we're going to be working on today. I really appreciate you clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoy. So this space is in desperate need of some good cleaning and organization, as well as some decluttering. So that's what we're going to do today. As you can see, there is some just random stuff on the floor. My desk right here is a catch-all for paper clutter and just random items. So we are going to start out here by taking this bin and going through it. This is my decluttering bin, so this is where I put all of my items that I am getting rid of. So when I go and do decluttering in different rooms of the house, I will take this bin around and fill it up, and when it's full I will put it in a bag. It just helps me keep things together and tidy, and then just whenever I'm ready to donate, I'm able to put it into a box or a bag and take it to where I'm going. You're gonna be wondering, why is she donating toilet paper? So we got extra toilet paper from a Walmart order, and we don't like it, but we know somebody who likes that brand, so we're giving it to them. So that's why I'm putting it in that box. But this is just some items that I recently went through and decluttered, and so I'm able to put these into a bag to take to my local donation center. So that's just one way that I'm able to keep stuff together that needs to be donated, but not have them in 10 million separate bags. So when it's full, I just put it in the bags and take it to the donation center, also known as in the back of my trunk, for a few weeks until I remember that it's back there. So we're gonna go through and just flatten this down, and then I'm able to just store this, which is really nice. So just a little hack that I do. Don't know if it really helps in the end, but it helps me. And then this is the paper clutter. So this is about a month or so worth of paper clutter. We have 2 filing cabinets, and do you think I would go through and file these when we get them? No, that would be the easy part. I just throw it in here on my desk. So this is what I have to go through. So what I'm doing is I'm separating them into piles of like items, And then it just makes it so much easier when I'm putting them back into the filing cabinets. This part just takes forever. I know it's sped up, but it's my least favorite part of this office, is just going through and sorting out all of the mail, the bills, medical things. It just takes forever. So, but I am super happy that we do have the filing cabinets. However, I do need to invest in a shredder. There's just so many things that I need to get rid of that I can't simply just recycle or just throw away. So I need to invest in a really good shredder. So if anyone has any recommendations of a place to get a shredder, I know like Staples, Walmart, Sam's Club. I think Sam's Club has one for like $40, but I'll have to check it out. And then this little like filing little container, I guess you could call it. This is where I keep all my mail items. So I keep all of my stamps together, stickers, Christmas cards, things like that, and extra filing folders in here. And I keep it separate just so it's easy to grab, and my like labels and addresses and things. So I keep it in this thing. I'm just going through and making sure that I don't have anything in here that needs to be decluttered. And I did end up getting rid of a few things and then just putting it back together a little bit nicer than it was. It didn't need much, but when I'm able to just clutter it, like clear it up a little bit, it just looks so much better to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put back these envelopes and keep them all together. I hate when I'm gonna mail something out and I just can't find the stamps. So I keep them all in this little like plastic bag here, and it's so much nicer that way. So I'm just gonna put these back in here, get them all organized and looking much better. So here's just some, this is actually just trash. So I'm going through and throwing away the stuff that I don't need and getting this all cleared up. And then we're going to move on to my desk. I had this stuff laying on the floor for like a month and I was like, I need to go through this. So I have some extra bins here that I will use eventually, but just chilling out in my office for right now. And then I have a bunch of old notebooks. So I'm really bad about keeping old notebooks. Like these are from college. They're still good. So I had like 4 or 5 of them. I'm going to keep them on the side of my desk. And if I don't use them in the next 6 months, I'm donating them because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with them. Maybe I can find a local place to donate them, but I need to get rid of them. And then this bag here was full of phone boxes. Like, why do we hold on to those? Like, I remember like every iPhone I would get or every cell phone I would get, like especially in high school or college, I kept the box. Like, you thought that was so cool to keep the iPhone box, or I mean, now I have an Android, but like, get rid of them, you know? I just throw them away. You don't need them. So I did end up getting rid of that. And then I'm going to be showing you here in a second this little cart that I put together with my craft supplies. So this was actually filmed way before the last clip that you saw, but I ended up doing a little bit differently, but I still use this cart for my crafts and I really like it. I ended up putting it in this closet and it works so well. We did use it for my son when he was smaller, but now that he doesn't need it, it works well for what I need it for. And I like on the bottom, I end up putting like binders. In the middle, I put like craft supplies. So I didn't need it for the nursery, but now I could use it in the office. So I like doing that. I like to recycle my items in my house. And yeah, here's these little plastic bags that I'm putting a lot of stuff in. This box needed to be gone through. It's from my husband and I's wedding. It's all the paper clutter from that. It's bad. It's cards and invitations. Like, I don't need the 50 extra invitations that I had. You know, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. So I ended up going through and getting rid of a lot of stuff out of this box. And now it's just a memento box So I did keep like our wedding cards in here, my wedding binder, different odds and ends from the wedding, like our cake topper I think I put back in there. But it's so much nicer now that there's not so much like not needed items. Like I kept the envelopes that the cards came in, don't need to do that, so I got rid of it. But I'm just putting like our wedding cards in here together, just so one day you can open it up and like look back on it. But just so much nicer to be able to declutter that stuff and, you know, keep it but not have so much paper. Like why do I need these wedding invitation like samples? I didn't even use them. Like why do I need to keep it? So moral of the story is you can get rid of the paper clutter from your wedding. Like the envelopes from your invitations, just, you know, even if you want to throw away the cards, that's fine. You could take pictures of them and then throw them away if they're taking up too much space. That's probably a really good idea. But like I said, I feel so much better about it now. It takes up a lot less space, and I consolidated it down to just one box, and it works very nicely in there. So very proud of myself for that. And then it gave me a bunch of envelopes that I didn't know I had. So I can use those in the future, but very happy about that. I didn't show the finished product with this. So what I did was I have these bags I got from Amazon. I put all of our markers in one, all of our pencils in one, pens, some random miscellaneous things, erasers and lead, and then dry erase eraser, and then back here is like all of our craft stuff, so like stickers, some cards, and then on the bottom is just like some picture books and some random binder. So I was able to get all of that on this cart. Pretty happy about it. Yes, I'm really happy how this turned out. It is really convenient, especially that I can roll it out of the closet to put stuff in it or use it. It works really, really well. So I'm just putting on some of the things that I found next to my desk back onto the shelf, and then we're going to roll it back in there, and then we're going to start cleaning my desk. It is the catch-all for this office. As you can tell, there's just a bunch of random stuff. I'm supposed to be using it for crafts and editing videos, but it is full of stuff right now. So, here, I'm going to show you my collection of Disney pins. I found these little boards on Amazon. It works so well for the pins. I'll have to link them down below, but I'm going to be hanging these up soon. I thought that was really cute. But anyways, we're going to move on to decluttering the top of this desk. It's so random stuff. Like I said, it's just a collect all, but I just have to organize it a little bit better. And it's not horrible, but it's a small little space, and I think I just have to learn to put stuff where it's supposed to go and not just throw it on the desk. It's just such an easy thing to be able to just throw it there and then forget about it. But now we're just giving it a quick wipe down. It was so dusty. I haven't dusted in here in a few months, honestly. It's been a while, so it needed a really good dusting, and you'll see here in a minute. I'm going to show you probably my Disney pins. We love Disney. I should say I love Disney. My husband, he could take it or leave it, but my family loves to go to Walt Disney World. I haven't been there in a few years because we had my son, but my parents are actually going soon, and I'm so jealous. I'm so excited for them, but they're going to celebrate their 30th anniversary, and it's just going to be the two of them, and they're super excited, and I'm so jealous. You'll see my Disney ears here. It's a fun place. It's a good time. But anyways, back to what we were doing. I had these two shelves on my desk. I've really organized these. These used to be horrible, but they are way more organized than they used to be. So I just have a couple of books on here. I'm going to put my notebooks up here, and then just tidy it up a little bit. It just needed a little quick dusting off, and like I said, not too bad, but we are moving on to my husband's side of the room. So I am just moving some files out of the way. His desk wasn't too bad, but it just needed to tighten it up a little bit. And I'm not zooming in on this side either, just because there is some personal information. But yeah, we're just moving around the files a little bit, dusting it off for him, making it nice, just a little bit more tidy. It's all it really needed. But one day I think I'm going to go through and like organize his desk a little bit more and make it just a little bit more user friendly, I should say. So see my collection of plants here. What I really want to get in this corner, and I've seen them, is like a 5 plant stand, which is one stand that you could put like 5 different plants on, because that's how many I have in this room, and I think that would save me so much space. So I'm gonna look around to see if I can find any, maybe at like Home Depot or Lowe's. I've seen them, I think, at like TJ Maxx, but it's been a while, so I'll have to maybe check there too. But that's, I think, what this space needs is just something to keep those plants. They're just taking up a lot of room in that side of the room, so I'll have to look into that for sure. And now we're just doing a quick vacuum. It gets dusty in here. It's just like we don't come in here too often, but the dog hair still makes its way back here. I mean, I don't think she hardly comes in this room, but it still manages. So we're giving it a quick vacuum, and then we're just gonna dust down. This was really dusty here. Dust down my desk real quick, and then we will show an after. This is a pretty quick video, but it's really nice in there now. This is a before. You could see it's pretty cluttered. We have some stuff all over the floor. The desk, my desk is the biggest thing. It looks so much better, and it's so, like, I can actually use it now, and it's amazing. Sometimes you just need to clear off a little bit of space to just clear your mind, honestly. So you'll see I was able to really clean up the space. Oh, this desk. I'm going to move that flower, but this desk looks so much better. And yeah, I really, really like it. I really like the way it turned out. It just, it gives me so much more headspace, I swear, just having a clean area to do some work. So I hope I was able to motivate you today. I really appreciate you clicking on this video today. I know it was a short one, but I really wanted to just focus on this one area. So thank you guys so much, and see you next week. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Abby, and today we are going to be working on my basement and this landing area and my entryway. This will be the last episode in my spring cleaning series. So if you do enjoy this and you want to see more, please subscribe and give this video a like if you enjoy it, and I hope you stick around.
Don't lift me up to a higher state. Oh yeah. It's time to say goodbye.
So we're going to be starting in my basement today, and this is a shelf that I got for down here. I put it together off camera because I didn't think you guys would want to watch me struggle to put this together, but this area of our basement has been cluttered for quite some time now. We have a lot of baby items and just random stuff that we don't know where to put. So I knew I needed an extra shelf to try to organize this all. I will start off by saying we don't have any storage anywhere else in the house. So we don't have an attic that we can store things in, and our garage has both of our cars in it. So this is the only place we can store larger items. So our camping gear is in here. We have a desk down here. We have a lot of baby items that our son no longer uses, but we don't want to get rid of because we would like to have more children. So it's stuff that I don't know where else to put it. So it's just gonna have to stay down here. And my ultimate goal today is to just make it a little bit more organized and less cluttered. So I did go through a lot of this, I would say about 6 months ago, and I did do a lot of decluttering. So a lot of the items here we do use, but I think by the end of this summer, I would like to go through them again and see if there's anything else I can get rid of. So I will say that this took multiple days, so you will see an outfit change, and I will probably reorganize this shelf about 5 times. I struggled with trying to figure out where to put the items on the shelf, so I wanted to make it like Tetris. I wanted to fit so nicely, and I just wanted to utilize the space as much as I could. And the shelves were like an awkward height, and that's on me because I picked where to put the shelves. But after it was put together, I was not taking it apart and redoing it, so it is what it is. It's not a huge deal, but I will say that it was an awkward width, so I couldn't fit like 2 containers next to each other. It was just kind of weird. So I think I moved the diapers multiple times. So my plan was to just, like I said, try to utilize the space as best as possible because I can't fit any more shelves down here and I really don't want to. So I just wanted to make sure that it looked and was like working as best as it could. So you will see a few different changes here on how I rearrange stuff. I think in the end it works well, but I will say it's the bigger baby items that I just don't know what to do with. So I do have this container with like a bouncer in it, and a few other toys for like newborn age. So I will be stacking like his swing and stuff on top of here. I think I end up moving it again, but this is just a good tip. I mean, you can put your items, you can organize them a certain way, but if you don't like it, you could switch it around. I will say stuff that I organize one way, I always end up changing, usually if it doesn't work or if I think it'll work someplace else better. It is what it is, and it's your house. You do what you want, and if you want it to look a certain way, that's fine. And if it's not working for you, definitely just change it the way you want. So it was fine. I ended up, I think, putting it back in the way that it works best. So you'll see me struggle here trying to put this sleeping bag back in here. But yeah, you'll see I'm in a different outfit. It's a different day. I have a toddler, so it is difficult to get everything done at once, and it's just not realistic for the season of life that I'm in. And that's okay. It's fine. I do things when I can, and you know, he's more important, so I try to prioritize my time as best as possible. You can definitely see the struggle that's going on here trying to figure all this out. But I will say that while I'm doing this, for me, it's kind of therapeutic to try to figure out how to organize stuff. I don't know what it is. I really enjoy it. If that's something that you like to do, definitely let me know in the comments. But to me, trying to figure out how to organize things, it's just, I don't know, it's very therapeutic for me. So I didn't mind it, but I do have to work pretty fast. But here it is in the end. It's not perfect, but I like it. It saves us some space. There's some things we can get rid of, but it looks better than it did. So for sure a win. But here we are moving on to my entryway. I think we're going to skip that for now. That's just a little preview. And then I remembered that, I have recycling to put away. So we're going to put a hold on the entryway, and we'll get that in a second. But I remembered that recycling was the next day. So where we live, we have recycling that comes around once a month. And I will say the boxes pile up pretty quickly, and we missed the last recycling day, so yeah, there was a good bit of boxes. But in this box here, this is laundry that I took out of my car. So I don't know about you guys, but I tend to like hoard jackets and random things in my car for whatever reason. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, who knows, but we had our car detailed and I had to take all this stuff out, and I'm definitely glad I did. So we had a lot of coats in there from the winter. I'm hoping we won't need these in the car anymore. We live in Pennsylvania and it's April. You just never know. So it is what it is. But I had to get all these things washed and put away, and hopefully I won't need to get them out until later this year. But yeah, these were all in my car. So I was like, yeah, I should probably put that in the laundry before I forget about it. So I'm gonna hurry up and do that real quick and then collect all the boxes. I hate tearing down, like flattening the boxes. I don't know what it is about it. I always end up giving myself a paper cut. I don't know. It's one of those chores that it's like time consuming and just annoying, but you gotta do it. So here I am just breaking down all the boxes. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Do you guys have recycling where you live? Like, is that common? I know where we used to live, we used to live in West Virginia, and we did not have recycling. They only did trash pickup. So when we moved here, we were really excited they did recycling, but when it's only once a month, I tell you, those boxes, they pile up fast. So especially around Christmas and birthdays, it's crazy. But just putting all the plastic together and getting this all tidied up. Alright, so here we are moving on to our entryway coat closet / shoe closet. So right now we have this little shoe rack in here, and it was just not working well for us. It didn't have enough space for our shoes, and it just, I would put the shoes on there and they'd fall right off. So I did find another shoe rack from a place that sells like Amazon returns. So it was less than $10. Definitely happy about that. But it was disgusting in here, so I'm gonna do a quick vacuum and I will put in this new shelf. This area, I tend not to put our shoes on the shoe rack because it just wasn't working. So now that we're able to put all of our shoes in here, it's been like this for about a week, and I'm definitely finding myself putting my shoes back where they're supposed to more now than ever. We used to just kind of take them off and sit them on the rug, but I think this works much better, and it just looks way more organized. And I think when things are organized like this, it's so much easier to keep up with it because everything has a place. So when I'm organizing, that's one thing I always try to strive for, is just everything having a place, so that when I have to put something back, I know exactly where it goes and that it has a home. It's when things don't have a home is when things pile up and just get out of control. So you will see I will be able to put all these shoes on here, and it looks much, much nicer.
Now I call you for something.
So I do want to say next week, I'm hoping to start doing more like real everyday cleaning. My house right now is a huge mess, so those videos, keep an eye out for those videos. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you really enjoyed this content, please give me a like. I would really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys clicking on this video today. It is so wonderful to see, people watching my videos. That is just, I really enjoy doing this. This is a wonderful thing that I am able to do and share, my thoughts and things on YouTube. It's just been a really cool experience. So I appreciate you guys clicking on my video today. It's warms my heart for sure. But here I'm just organizing some of our winter gear. I had that hanging, it was like a shoe organizer that I was putting the stuff in. It just wasn't working well. So I have this clear acrylic shelf that I got from the same place that I got the shoe rack, and it was less than $10 and it works just fine. I ended up decluttering a few things, but I just put like all the hats in one little drawer, all the gloves, and like I only kept 3 scarves. We had way too many scarves, so I was able to get rid of some things, but I think it works well. And if in the future it doesn't, I will switch it out, and that is what it is. But you will see I did take some things out. My son, he was very helpful and was undoing the work that I just done, but that's okay. So now that we're getting close to the end of this video, I know this one was a little bit shorter. I'm hoping to have, like I said, a real life cleaning video out next week. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you guys so much for clicking on my video today. If you made it this far, if you can leave me a pink heart in the comments, that would be wonderful. And like I said, thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again. Now it's my
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Abby, and this week we are doing a video on just everyday mom life, daily cleaning. There's a lot of motivation in today's video, so if you like this content, you can please give me a like, that would be great, and subscribe if you want to see more. So we are going to start out in my bedroom today. As you can see, it's a little cluttered, a little messy. So I want to get started by doing the bed. You'll see here that I'm going to change this pillowcase. So my husband and I like to switch out our pillowcases pretty often. So we went on Amazon and just bought like a 20 pack. It was pretty cheap, of like just gray 100% cotton pillowcases. So we thought it might be good to try out to see if it helps with our skin or anything. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna make the bed, and then we're gonna move on to dusting and just doing some tidying up. And then I do have some laundry that I have to fold. So I don't know what it is about having a made bed. It makes you want to fold the laundry, right? So that's where I always usually I'll dump the laundry out onto our bed or onto the couch and fold it there. We used to have a TV in here. We don't anymore. We found that we typically don't watch TV, and we don't like to have the TV on before bed. So there's no TV back here. So I'll usually what I'll do is I'll take the laundry and dump it on the couch and do it out there so I can watch a TV show or something, or YouTube while I'm folding. But for today, I'm just going to put it on the bed. It was nice and clean, so it was a nice clean surface to fold the laundry. And then after I do this, we're gonna put some of the laundry away and then vacuum up, give it a good dusting, and continue on. Oh, I was showing you my shirt. So it says watch for Sasquatches on motorcycles. It's just one of those shirts that I found it last summer at this expo that we went to, and I saw it and I'm like, you know what, I gotta have that. I only wear it around the house, so. But here we are moving on. My son's gonna help here. We are just putting some of my clothes away in my closet, and you can see that little the shelf there that I had my craft supplies on. It's been working really well. It's been in there for almost a month now, and it's been doing well. I really like it in there. So just moving on to dusting off the surfaces. So I will say that the dust collects on these dressers and nightstands so quickly because they are a dark color, and our dog sleeps in here, and I just think that it gets so dusty so quick. So I'm gonna try, I think for the next time I dust this off, is using like a wood polisher to see if that might help kind of have the dust not stick as much. We'll see. I don't know. It definitely does need a good polishing anyways, so I'm gonna try that next time. And then here, this is just my husband's side. He has one of these alarm clocks that they're like the sunrise alarm clocks, and we love it. It is the best way to wake up to an alarm in the morning. It slowly lights, so you can pick like the duration. I think we have it on a 30-minute timer. So it'll start lighting up slowly 30 minutes before your alarm goes off. And the alarm is like, I think you can program it to whatever you want, but the alarm is like a really nice, relaxing, soothing, like nature sounds. It's great. It's not like the abrupt, alarm that's like on your phone or whatever. It works so well. So really would recommend that. But as you can see, I'm gonna vacuum up the floor. It was so bad. I just did this like a week ago and it needs it already. And you'll see me holding my son. So my son loves the vacuum cleaner. We got him a toy vacuum cleaner not too long ago, and he pushes it around all over the house. And every time that I vacuum, he wants me to hold him. It's just, I don't know if it's soothing to him or what, but when he was little, he used to fall asleep to like white noise, and I used to put the vacuum cleaner sound on and he would fall asleep to that. So don't know if it's like a comfort thing or what, but it definitely makes vacuuming more interesting, that's for sure. So let me know in the comments if you have young ones or have kids, did they enjoy the vacuum cleaner? Because I never would have thought, but he loves it. So moving on to the living room, it just needed a little bit of tidying, and then in this corner here where I have the toys, it just needed straightened up a little bit. It's something that I like to do at the end of the day, just to make the next morning not so bad, is to wake up to at least one tidy room in the house. So it's not too bad, but you'll see here I'm doing the Kleenex holder. I talked about this a few videos ago. My grandmother made those. But anyways, this is the toy corner. I think in an upcoming video I'm going to do my first like toy rotation. So I did a toy rotation video and I can link that down below, but I want to do like how I rotate the toys. So I went through one rotation already just to try it out, and it's been working super well. I try to really limit the toys that he has access to because I find that he is too overwhelmed and just doesn't want to play with anything. So I really limit the toys out here, and he really has been playing so well, and it's so much easier to clean up. So you'll see here, it took me hardly any time at all, and it was all put away. So, and he's so young still, so he doesn't need that many toys at once. So I think it helps him out too, just to not be so overwhelmed. So I don't know if I talked about this before, but this vacuum here, I just bought it last summer, so summer of 2023, and it is the Shark Stratos, and it's the corded version. I've had a Shark for about 6 years now. I had the Shark cordless, like the Rocket, and I really enjoyed that one, but when I bought it, we had a way smaller house, so I could do the cordless and it was no problems. Plus we only had like one area rug in the whole house. Now, I like the corded version because I feel like it has a little bit stronger of a suction, and for me, I don't have to worry about charging it. And we have so many more area rugs and just space in general that I find that the corded works better. I love like Shark vacuums. I've had two, and my parents have one, my grandparents have one, my other set of grandparents have one. So they're very reliable, and I feel like they work really well, and they're a decent price. I think I bought this one for like $230, so not bad at all. I can share a link down below, but yeah, the living room looks so much better. And I was using, you'll see here too in a second, I was using the Tinko like shop or mop vac. This one's the iFloor too, so it's a few years old. I got it on sale like 2 years ago from Walmart. I really like the Tinko. I think that it's super easy for like a quick clean. Now I do still like the like mop, like a typical mop to really get a good clean, but this I still think does a really good job. But it's so simple and so easy for like days when I don't have a lot of time, and with a toddler running around, it works perfect. So you'll see here in a second. Yeah, I'm using it again here. It does not have the self-cleaning. I know the newer versions have the self-cleaning, which I think is worth it. I posted a short of me like cleaning the Tinko outside, and I will say that you have to clean it out after every use because it does get really gross, especially the brush roll. But other than that, I really do like it. It's a really good product, and it's really good quality. So all in all, I like the Tinko. I like the Sharks. For me, they work really well. So moving on to the kitchen here, no judgment zone. So my kitchen, I'm blessed to have a kitchen. I'll just say that it is. So our house was built in the 90s, and this is the original kitchen as far as we can tell. Our dishwasher's from the 90s, the countertops, the sink. We did change out the faucet, but yeah, it needs a good update. We did get a new fridge a couple years ago, but other than that, it's the original as far as we can tell. Now, like I said, I'm blessed to have a kitchen, but it's not super functional space-wise. So we don't have a pantry, so I have 2 upper cabinets that I use for like food storage, and I have like a little like bar area that my mom and dad gave us a few years ago. It was just an extra set of cabinets, and I do have a hutch in the dining room, but we don't have a lot of cabinet space at all, and the cabinets are super dirty. Like, they have the grease stains on them that I can't get off, We tried when we moved in to really deep clean the cabinets and just never been able to get all of it off, and they just kind of look dingy. And then the countertops are like separated from the wall, like the caulking is like separated and it's stained, and then there's no backsplash, which I dislike. I really probably should just put a peel and stick backsplash on or something, because grease will splatter onto the wall and I cannot get it clean, because I found out that there is wallpaper behind the paint. So however many owners ago, they painted over wallpaper, and I don't know how to get that off. So I know wallpaper itself is really, really hard to get off, but I don't know how to get wallpaper that's been painted on off. So if you have any recommendations in the comments, please let me know, because I don't know what we're going to do with it. But yeah, so no wonder it's been so hard to clean. Also, I'm going to show you this cup. My mom got this for me at Disney World. They went a couple weeks ago. It's so cute. Anyways, so no wonder it's so hard to clean, because it's literally sucking up the grease in the wallpaper. So I don't know what we're going to do. We really would love to redo this kitchen, but it's such a big overhaul. Like, the whole thing's going to need redone, and we're probably going to have to get new floors, and it's a big investment, and we just don't really have the means to do that right now. So I keep trying to look at it and just try to figure out what's the best way I can organize and like keep everything looking nice without having to get a whole new kitchen. And just like everything just looks so dingy, and it is what it is. Like I said, I'm blessed to just have a kitchen, but obviously you want it to work well and function well for you. So we try our best. One day we might get a new kitchen, but for right now we use it and it's fine. But yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely, you have to be strategic with organization, because it is pretty small, and we don't have a whole lot of counter space. So we have this counter space next to the sink right here, and the stove is just off to the right, and then to the left of the sink is where I have the drying rack for our dishes. And then we have a little bit of counter space on the other side you'll see on the right side of the stove, but that's really it. And the island that we have in the middle of our kitchen, my husband actually made from a YouTube tutorial. So that was never there. So I'm very thankful to have that, because that is a big area where I do most of my meal prep. But yeah, we don't have a lot of counter space. The cabinets, they're not bad, but like I said, we use 2 really big ones for our food, so that doesn't leave a whole lot for everything else. And they get full so quickly. So like I said, it's functional, but I really wish we had more storage for sure. So yeah, so here's my storage solution for like our fruit and just stuff that goes on the counters. I have 2 baskets. It really doesn't work all that well, because stuff will go to the bottom of the basket or it'll get bad, and then everything else gets bad. So I have to figure out a new way to organize this stuff. I saw someone, and I can't remember who it was, but they had like hanging fruit baskets that kind of like hung on the side of their counter or their cabinets. So maybe I'll try something like that. Actually, in this area to the right here of the basket, that's where we used to have our old fridge, but we moved it to the other side of the room. So that's where we would eventually like to put a pantry if we ever get to it or are able to redo the kitchen. That's where we'd like to put the pantry. But for right now, this is what works. And yeah, we do what works best. And then this is the island I was talking about. Someone gave us that butcher block top, but my husband made this island, and he made it from a YouTube tutorial, and it works really well. It's on wheels. You can add more stuff to it, like hooks and shelves, I guess, underneath if you wanted, but we just have a pretty plain Jane looking one, but it works well for what we need it for.
Wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. Reliving.
on to the last little section in today's video is the dining room. It really just needed a good tidy up. There's a lot that I want to do in this dining room, but for right now, it is what it is. It works well. The table that we have is actually like a counter height table, so it's pretty tall. And we bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. Somebody actually made it. And then my husband made one of the benches. So it works well for us. My husband's very tall, so he wanted a table that he could fit in. And I really like it because it can seat up to 10 people. And we love to have people over and we love to host. So it works well. It is big. It takes up a lot of space, but we really love that. And we love to have parties and things. So it's what we wanted. But I'm just moving places or things into places that they go. So I usually put them into piles. So if something goes into the nursery or if something goes in the kitchen, I just put it in there and stick it into different piles. And then before you know it, everything's put where it's supposed to be, and then it's just time to really wipe everything up. Honestly, right here, I'm just taking a baby wipe and cleaning it off. With a toddler, just learning how to, eat and stuff. Things get thrown everywhere. It gets sticky, it just gets everywhere. So it's honestly easy. I just keep baby wipes out here, and it's an easy cleanup. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will be back next week with some more cleaning motivation. I do want to do a video on like a cleaning schedule, so I'm going to try to get that out soon. If you guys made it this far, I hope you enjoyed, and if you could leave me a purple heart, that would be great. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you give me a like and a subscribe to join this little community that I have growing. And I really appreciate you clicking on my video today, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Let me show you what love is and why it's beautiful. Just put your body on top of mine, yeah. I'm gonna treat you the same way as other girls who have no shame. No, I die for you. They have been cruel to you, saying things they don't mean. They have been rude to you, disrespect how you feel, but baby, I'll never